I'm gonna talk about this topic, multi-batch adjustment. So before we start this topic, the first question is, what is a multi-batch? So from my point of view, there will be two situations. The first, they produced at different time. So the cabinets may use the different LED lamps, and even the color of the masks will be different. And the second is they produced at the same time, but they may used for different period of time. Their intonation is different, such as the relationship between the screen and the spare module. Okay, so what about the system structure? When we perform the multi-batch adjustment, how we need to connect our system? The system structure will be like this. The control PC provides the video source and the control signal to the sending card, and the sending card directly uses Ethernet cable to load the screen. So basically, as you can see here, we do not have any video processors. So which means before we start to do the multi-batch adjustment, we should make sure we remove all the video processing device. Otherwise, it may cause some problems. Okay, next, let's dive into the multi-batch adjustment software operation part. Okay, now you can see this is the main interface of Nova LCT. Because currently I'm not having a multi-batch screen to show you the effect, so I will use the demonstration mode to show you the software operation. So in the main interface, we need to log in first. The password is admin. Okay. Then we click Tools, and we select the multi-batch adjustment in the drop-down list. And as you can see in this interface, we got two options, the manual adjustment and apply adjustment file. Because at the first time, we need to select the manual adjustment. Once we finish the adjustment, we can have this kind of file. And for the colorimeter, normally when we on-set, we do not have the colorimeter, so we can keep it as default, no colorimeter. Then we go next. And in this interface, it's for add sample batch, because we should let the software know which part of the screen is batch 1 and which part of the screen is batch 2. So you can see here, we can select the sample batches 1, click the green cross on the right side. So in the demonstration mode, we have eight cabinets. So we can assume like the first row is a batch 1 and the second row is a batch 2. And what do we have to do? We just need to select two adjacent cabinets. That's enough. Because if you select more areas or more cabinets, it will take longer time when uploading the calibration coefficients. So which means we need to wait longer. So let's take the first cabinet of the first row as a sample of the batches 1. And we switch to the batches 2, click the green cross, and click the first cabinet of the second row as a sample of the batches 2. Click Add. As you can imagine, if we want to find a common value to adjust both cabinets, it will be much more difficult for us. So what we have to do, we can fix the one batches as a reference. We just go to the other batches to adjust only one batch. So here you can see we have an option. So we select the batch 1, fix batch 1, and adjust the other batches to this batch. And then we can see here we fix the batches 1. Now we just do the adjustment for the batch 2. Then we go next. The software is doing the initialization calculating. Okay, now as you can see in this interface, on the laptop of your laptop or your PC, there is a virtual window which is display the current batch. So we need to select the two batches and display on the virtual window. At the same time, it will display on your real screen. And you can see here, this interface is all gray, which means it's not available for us to do the adjustment. That is because the batch 1 is the reference. So we no need to do the adjustment or modify. So we just modify the batch 2. And for the colors, you can see here we have 7 colors, 7 color options: the red, green, blue, cyan, yellow, magenta, and white. And regarding the coefficients adjustment, we have 2 different modes: the Rgb mode and HIS mode. In the Rgb mode, it allows us to modify the red coefficients, green coefficients, blue coefficients by add different color in different coefficients. For example, if we want to modify the red coefficients, we may add some green or add some blue in this interface by drag the bar here, and to observe the real screen effect at the same time. And if we switch to the HIS mode, it's the same. We have the red table, green tabs, blue tabs. But if you set the parameters, it's the brightness, saturation, hue. So basically, there is no beta version or worse version. Both adjustment modes can realize to do the multi-batch adjustment just from the different perspectives. And sometimes after we finish the multi-batch adjustment, we will find the single color we are satisfied. But if we switch to the white color, it seems to still difference. So what do we have to do? We can balance it by click the balance button at here. Okay, the software will let us to do the balance adjustment again. The same principles, you can choose Rgb mode or the HIS mode. After the adjustment, you can go next. And in this interface, it allows us to modify the red brightness, green brightness, and white brightness by observe the white color. And then we go next. The software will automatically do the balanced matching. So basically what we have to do is follow the steps of the software. So here I just show you the steps how we do the multi-batch adjustment. And what you have to do is follow my steps or follow the software steps. Then we go next. And after the adjustment, there will be this interface. Name is View Balanced Results. So which means this interface is for us to confirm the effect after the multi-batch adjustment. We can switch between the red, green, blue, cyan, yellow, magenta, or white, or we can let the customer to see the screen effect whether they are satisfied or whether it's acceptable. If they confirm, okay, the screen effect is okay, then we can finish the multi-batch adjustment. Then we can go next. Basically, when we get into this interface, we've already finished the multi-batch adjustment. What we have to do is we need to add more areas for the same batch, because we know the batch 1 is a reference, so we no need to add more areas. But for the batch 2, we only select 1 cabinet from the second row. So as we know, we need to select more areas. Click Add Areas on the right side, and we select the rest cabinets from the second row. Click Add, and we click the Apply All button on the right side, and wait the system or wait the software upload the coefficients automatically. So basically now it's your coffee break. You can take a coffee, you can have a cigarette, just relax, and wait the software to do the rest, the same. Okay, now the uploading is finished. So what we have to do next is save it. So as we know, the calibration coefficient is saved in the receiving card. But if your module have a small chips on it, which we call it module flash, then we need to click the Save to Flash. So which means the calibration coefficients were saved in the receiving card and in the module flash at the same time. But this time we are not doing the manual adjustment again. We just need to select Apply Adjustment File. Then we can see here we need to browse it from the file paths. So we choose browse and select from the desktop, click open, then click next. Then you will find, okay, this is a familiar software interface. We can add more areas or more screens from the topology and apply the multi-batch adjustment. Basically, like means we apply the calibration coefficients for all the new cabinets from the same batch, and we can click Save to Flash. We can click Complete.